I'm gonna go race in race 3. I'm gonna go drive a race car.
Where do you start?
I start on pole. Did a little tire shenanigans, so high hopes and low expectations as always. That's it.
Of GRIDLIFE out here, about to throw down. There is our leaderboard, of course. Where it starts, we'll see where it lands. 12 minutes, 12-ish minutes to see, about a minute per lap. Here we go. We're gonna see a green flag, are we?
Here we go. Green flag flies. We're racing at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Tomo elected for driver's right this time through. He wanted the high side. Highcutter 3 wide on the outside. Here comes Brian from Forsberg Racing. He gets it done, goes to the lead through turn 1.
Really well done there by Highcutter. Looks at that. And let's see does he dive down, how aggressive he's gonna be. Yesterday he had brake issues. He said that brake pedal was pushing on concrete, but now he's figured it out. He says they changed the vacuum line, obviously a testimonial to it earlier today.
Oh, he's wide!
And there he goes again.
Oh, way off course.
Issue.
And the leader off track in turn 3. Again, he can't get the thing slowed down. And back to the lead goes Andy Smedegard. Jeremy Swenson now second. O'Gorman third. Eric Jensen right behind in fourth. My heart breaks for Brian Highcutter.
Oh man, again, just talked to him right before I walked over here, talking about drift, and then going in, and he said he changed the vacuum line. The team absolutely gutted. That's just got to be absolutely gut-wrenching. But let's talk about our leader. Tomo is, I believe Tomo's up front.
No, it's Smedegard now.
Smedegard.
Swenson slots into second place now. It's ASM sandwich with Swenson meet in the middle here as we come across the start-finish line. There's your lead. It's about 6/10 of a second. Best lap for Andy. Jeremy Swenson goes second quick. O'Gorman, Lavoie, Jensen, and Jensen, both father-son duo, 5th and 6th as they come across the line.
Smedegard, the tires seem to be the big equation here, right?
It seems like it. Across the line this time through. Jeremy Swenson is actually a little bit quicker that time through. He goes purple on the leaderboard that time around. So Andy leads the way, but Jeremy closes the gap. Highcutter improves up to a couple positions on that second lap. 10th place now for Brian as they head down into the infield this time. Swenson closing in. But look at Tom on the brakes, how much time he made up there.
Yeah, he really gained some ground there. Look how he gets right to the back of Swenson. I really want to see what color he ends up after this lap, because I think obviously he's going to go purple. I think he's gaining some ground. So Swenson not purple because of the vehicle, but because of his actual driving prowess.
Yes, the fastest lap of the race is the purple. Fastest personal lap last time around is Andy Smedegard. There's Jackson Jensen in the behind as well. Jackson battling his father for 5th place right now, a little bit behind. Zach Lavoie is not too far behind Tomo either. So 3 ASM cars inside the top 5.
Smedegard taking the high line. Tomo not going all the way up there. Swenson almost mimicking Smedegard's race line. Let's see who comes out. Smedegard with the fastest up until this point. Yes, he does. He holds on to it, and that's exactly what he needs to do. So well done there by Smedegard. Swenson, you can see him just sweating him.
102 flat, incredible time, but here comes Jeremy Swenson. Here comes the Viking Performance Power side by side into turn 2, Jared.
Woo! What's going to happen here? Smedegard, does he block? Oh, and Swenson takes that inside line, but keep this. You talked about, body work is expensive. You want to see some respect. We talked about the respect of each other. Seems like they keep it clean, but I'll tell you what, Smedegard might be in that second place position, but watch him maneuver. This is where the S2000s are going to get the big purple leader of Swenson's vehicle.
Yeah, Andy tried to get a little overlap there through turn 3. He couldn't quite get it to stick. Then he tried again in turn 4, couldn't stick there. Can he go to the inside at turn 8? Thinks about it, sees the door open for a moment, but he's going to have to stay in the slipstream now of Jeremy Swenson as they climb onto the banking again.
We're only 4 minutes into this race, and it's such a quick lap. But it's high speed and then tight, high speed. It's really great. Jeremy Swenson with the fastest lap, and obviously proof positive. That back stretch, dives into that turn 2. I'm really surprised they did not have contact.
Yeah, that was very, very well done. These drivers have raced around each other quite a bit. But Jeremy Swenson, again, for the 3rd time this weekend, is going to go to victory lane at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Sweeps it so far here this weekend. The Hawk Performance checkered flag is out. Put the brakes on the race. Smedegard, 2nd place. As we go back and watch Boysen. O'Gorman, 3rd place. Highcutter up to 4th. And Jensen, Lavoie.
that so bad.
It was cool for a while when you guys were running 2, 3, 4.
Right together, yeah. So it was great fun. That's the first view I've ever had of something like that. God, it was fun. I'm happy.
There you go. So 765. You got 765, right?
Am I fifth? I think I'm sixth.
I think you were 6
Oh,
too.
yeah, you were six.
I think you were 6.
I couldn't get him, man. I could not get him. Like right at the end, we were like this, but he just. Yeah.
So race 3, I think what place did I take? Third? Yeah. Third place. And they do an impound. So after every race, typically the top 3 go to scales to get weighed to make sure they meet their minimum weight. But they also have their own dyno. So every once in a while, they'll take one of those cars and throw them in the dyno, make sure that they didn't exceed their claimed horsepower. So I got thrown on the dyno and made 211, I think.
Hey, you want to ride?
No, you look full.
Oh, we had like 20 on you last night.
So they do a bunch of pulls, and I made 211. My claim was 212, so it was actually pretty close. I was a little over, I think, like 40 pounds over my weight, so that also allows a little bit of buffer. The whole series is power to weight, so you have to be exactly within that power to weight to be legal. So I passed, no problem there.
Tom, your unofficial recap or official recap of race 3?
Not my favorite race.
I'm not okay with it.
What?
Is that what you said?
No, I said not my favorite one. I drove around for however many laps we did in 3rd place, and then I came back here.
Welcome.
What?
Welcome to the 3rd place show.
Hoping for rain, like full on rain on the next one?
Yes, it's starting to rain more, which is perfect. We've got really good rain tires, plus power doesn't come into play there as much. And I think we can beat him in the wet.
What are you doing?
You guys want to see a disaster?
Beautiful.
Dispel the rumors.
I feel like you've let all your podcast listeners down.
Maybe.
Wait, hold on. Nope, good.
Your hair is awesome.
All right, we're doing race 4. It's raining. Zach's on pole. That's all I care about.
We're hoping for a Zach win. That'd be epic.
Let's have a look at our starting lineup here for GLTC race number 4. Kicking things off on row number 1. I think for the first time in his career, Zach Lavoie will start on pole position alongside Eric Jensen for G-Speed in his LS Swap FRS. Row 2, ASM, Tom O'Gorman and Andy Smettegard, one in the 94, one in the 212. Tom on the left, Andy on the right. I can tell you the track conditions are bad. So we're going to see how drivers handle this. Zach Lavoie, Eric Jensen on the front row as we come up out of turn number 9, coming towards the green flag, and there they are, lined up 2 by 2. The final green flag of the weekend, Scott Giles in command. There it is, green flag flies, and we're racing at Alpine Horizon, 5 wide, 5 abreast as they come across the start-finish line. Here comes Swenson up the inside, nowhere to go though. Look at Smettegard up the middle, 3 wide, and he's coming for the lead. Look at Tyler Starr in the middle of all that chaos.
Who is that poking out front? We do see Swenson. Looks like he works his way up front. And look at, there's that LS-powered vehicle. But right now, the ASM, the 212, that is Smettegard. Again, his name is on the door. He definitely has every right to be there. Coming into turn 2, nobody overcooks it at this point.
Well, a little bit of drama's behind, side by side there behind them, but Smettegard out front. I think Jensen's going to be struggling to hold off O'Gorman behind. We all got through the banking. Highcutter dropped onto the flat in turn 2. Now, I'm curious to see if they're going to allow that to happen. If you come onto the banking, it's below the white line. It was a restriction. You got to stay in the white lines. I'm not sure if the banking is part of that, but it could be. That could be a penalty. We'll have to keep an eye on it. He's already up a handful of spots in the middle of lap 1.
Yeah, look at that. So here we go in, and we're going to see our first lap. So you could see the clock is ticking down. We start at 12 minutes. It's in that vicinity. That's what has been kind of the tradition, or what we've seen today. So as of this point, Smettegard does get the fastest lap at this point, and rightfully so. Jensen, O'Gorman, Lavoie, Swenson, Jensen, Boyson.
Through turn 1 again, over the bump. You can see where that tunnel is. Everybody gets over it nicely that time through. Look at Swenson back in 5th place. He got a great start, but had nowhere to go with it, so he wasn't able to squeeze to the inside of Zach Lavoie, who drops to 4th on the opening lap. Smedegaard with a strong lead. Here comes Tomo on Eric Jensen. I think Tom's got a lot more experience in the rain, but Jensen's doing a good job so far holding him back.
Look at that. I mean, what is that? 3 of the top 4 cars right now are ASM?
That's correct. And Andy Smedegaard up to a 106.266, 2 seconds faster than his previous best, so quickly becoming acclimated, and he is gone.
Yeah, 5.3. You know, we talked about Gappleby's earlier, but I'll tell you what, it's more like Chili's because he's burning everybody.
Here comes Andy into lap traffic now. Sees it on the horizon, but only a minute and a half to go.
Do you think we're going to see white flag? Is this it?
I would expect one.
You know, I always say the white flag says last lap, but it's also mercy in this situation. Like, all right, we give up. You know, in times of war, this isn't really a battle. Smedegaard is dominating in a grand fashion. I think rightfully so, has been pacing himself, getting familiar with the car. Oh, there it is. There's the white flag. So I would call this a mercy rule because Smedegaard is dominating, flexing. If this was over the top, which you need to go watch that movie, Kyle, it's about arm wrestling, Sylvester Stallone. You turn around the hat, it's like a switch. Right now, Smedegaard turned around his hat. He says, I'm built for speed. I'm ready to do this. 17 seconds on Jensen. He's about to get the victory. Again, hats off to Swenson, who has actually knocked back to 5th. Tomo right there in 3rd. Lavoie, great effort.
Look at this.
Highcutter. Look at this grouping right here.
Here's
Killer bees.
Julio Crispin, Wes Case, Nick Steniford is in this fight. I think Fiona Liu's back there as well. 2 wide behind them. There's Joel Morrison and Fiona Liu and Hans Horpenal watching all this out the windshield. Can they dance through the infield on their penultimate lap? Fiona underneath Joel Morrison. There's Andy Smedegaard leading the way, though. He comes on through the last couple of corners for Andy Smedegaard. The often unthanked, well, I don't want to say unthanked, but he's just this quiet guy behind the scenes that makes ASM tick. He is responsible for so much of the success of the Team ASM. Today, the success is his. Andy Smedegaard wins at Pikes Peak International Raceway for the first time since June. Andy Smedegaard is a race winner in GLTC.
Yeah, well.
Nice job, man.
Thanks. These tires are fun. Yeah, I'm like 2-3 seconds off my fastest dry time in the wet. 104s.
Oh, wow. That is
104s, and I think I was like 102.
was the bank.
Yeah, you could, but once I was so far ahead, I'm like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could make me run.
Like, yeah, it could not have gone better than what it did.
Would you end up 4th?
Good up there. Y'all didn't tell me it felt so good up there.
Good. Everyone like doesn't try to run into all the time.
And I'm on front.
Like you can see. Perfect.
Good job, sir.
Dude, these tires are nuts in the rain. 104s.
You gotta run.
Like 2 seconds off, dry time.